It was said that Todd Austin had stole his baby mama business idea, exposed her credit on the black market, also gave her HIV, neglected their child, and had 9 other kids and was abusive.
I know I talked about the story of William Todd Austin and Tim and Michelle Williams in one of my previous videos. At that time, we had limited information about certain details around the case. But as a few days have gone on, more has emerged, especially around Michelle's side of the story. And let me tell you, what we've learned completely changes everything we thought we knew about this case. When I first covered this story, I told you about Todd Austin, the successful businessman, the Credit Champs CEO, the man who seemed to have it all figured out. I showed you his tips about building business credit, his luxurious lifestyle, his apparent success. But now, new information has come to light that paints a completely different picture. Let me start with what we originally knew. Todd Austin was the founder of Credit Champs, a credit repair company. He was known for his business tips, his mentor-like presence in the community, and his relationship with Timon Michelle Williams. They had a child together, and from the outside, they looked like a power couple building something beautiful. But here's what we didn't know, and this is where the story gets really treacherous. Timon Michelle Williams wasn't just Todd's girlfriend, she was a boss in her own right. According to her business profile, she was the CEO of Lux Credit Services. She introduced herself as a financial strategist, credit analyst, tax preparer, and mentor. She said she helped hundreds of clients fix their credit and secure funding for their businesses. And she wasn't just local. Michelle claimed she had clients across the country and had been making waves in the financial literacy space for a minute. Michelle was also a proud Army veteran who had turned her knowledge into a brand. She even said she started teaching her 2 sons about credit and finances at an early age because, in her words, our community isn't taught that. She was big on community empowerment and making people feel like they weren't alone on their credit journey. But here's the shocking part that's now come to light. Michelle might have been the real mastermind behind Todd's success. According to new information from people close to the situation, when Todd and Michelle met, she was already well established. She was a single, stable mother with a good job, a retirement check, multiple cars, and a home in her name. Meanwhile, Todd reportedly did not have the financial stability or resources he portrayed. Someone claiming to have spoken with close family members says that Todd had a history of deceptive behavior and wasn't as successful as he seemed. In fact, there are now allegations that Michelle was the one who taught Todd everything he knew about credit repair. The relationship moved fast, but according to these new reports, things started going wrong when they made an agreement that Todd would eventually move out and the two would separate both personally and professionally. He did move out at first, but then allegedly started showing up at her home uninvited. And this is where the story takes a dark turn that we never knew about before. Now, what I'm about to tell you comes from new allegations that have surfaced since our last video. These are serious accusations that completely flip the script on everything we thought we knew about Todd Austin. According to rumors that have been circulating, Todd was accused of having multiple children outside of his relationship with Michelle, claims that he fathered kids while they were still together. On top of that, there were rumors suggesting he was secretly living a double life, with people alleging he was gay and had given Michelle HIV. Some even believe that this played a role in what led to the tragic events. But here's where it gets really intense. A woman claiming to be Michelle's friend has spoken out, addressing these rumors head-on and offering insight into what may have really pushed Michelle to her breaking point. And I'm gonna let her speak for herself. This is what she said word for word.
I'm here to tell the story of Michelle and Todd to clear the false narratives. He did not give her HIV. He was not cheating on her at the time of the murder-suicide. In fact, they haven't even been together in over a year. Yeah, Michelle came from nothing. She built herself up as a veteran, as a successful business owner. Her knowledge, the things that she knew in order to get money to take care of her kids as a single mother. When she met Todd, Todd was living downtown Dallas under a CPN number. He did not know how to do credit repair. She taught him how to do that, and they built this business, Credit Champs, together. Whenever they broke up, because I see he's been sending his clients the video when she pulled the gun on him. She wanted him out of her house, and he would not leave. There's an active restraining order right now against him. Terroristic threat against her and her son. He threatened to kill them both. Okay? Todd reversed all of Michelle's mortgage payments up to I think 18 months, probably more, to the point where she was about to lose her home. How he did this is because they have a joint bank account. He removed her off of the bank. I don't even know how he could have even did this, but he removed her name off the bank because she had no access. He created a new email for everything to go to, not the email that they had. Michelle went to Vegas one weekend, and she came back, and all her money was gone. Now, could you imagine having $250,000 or even $500,000 in your bank account, and now it's zero? You can't pay your mortgage. You can't take care of your kids. He's threatening you. He's not giving you nothing for your kid. Okay? Michelle had several cases against this man. Okay? Me, as well, had a lawsuit that I just won and got paid off a day before the murder-suicide. Michelle was suing him for a lot. He was taunting her by still promoting this company, still making money off this company that they built, not giving her access to any of the money. He also wrapped a cipher truck, was riding past her house. She could see it on her Ring camera. He was taunting her. She was so full of debt. She was about to lose her home. The air went out in her Tesla. It was just a lot of stuff going on, and she had $0 to deal with her situation. She reached out to family. She reached out to people to help her, and only a handful of us helped her. Okay? So with all this stuff that y'all got going on about he gave her HIV or she was cheating and it's more dick out there, it had nothing to do with that. That man stole her whole life, and he flaunted it in her face. Todd also took her $10,000 settlement payment that she got from the military. When he got access to her phone, he drained her personal account, locked her out of her business accounts, wouldn't help her with her son. So all of this stuff, I just want to clear the false narrative. He is not who you think he was. And I'm not justifying anything that she done, but I understand. So y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, because I really don't care, honestly. I'm going to feel the way I feel, and you going to feel the way you feel.
If these allegations are true, this paints a completely different picture of what happened. According to this friend, Michelle wasn't just Todd's girlfriend. She was his teacher, his mentor, the person who built him up from nothing. She allegedly taught him everything about credit repair, helped him build Credit Champs, and then watched him steal it all from her. The friend claims that Todd had been financially abusing Michelle, draining her accounts, taking her military settlement, and even threatening her and her son. According to these allegations, Michelle had gone from having hundreds of thousands of dollars to having nothing, all because of Todd's manipulation. And here's something that makes this even more chilling. The friend mentioned that Todd was driving past Michelle's house in a wrapped truck, and she could see it on her Ring camera. This suggests he was stalking her, taunting her, making sure she knew he was there. According to new information that's emerged, Michelle had been texting a friend, venting about everything Todd had put her through. In these messages, she explained how he had been lying and scamming from the start. When she met him, he was broke, living downtown under a CPN and behind on bills. She didn't even know how bad it was until she found out from the leasing office. He hadn't paid rent or his cable bill in months, but instead of walking away, Michelle tried to help him. She turned him all the way up, taught him about credit, business strategies, and helped him make more money than he ever had in his life. She built him up from nothing. If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have gotten as far as he did. And how did he repay her? According to these allegations, he stole her business, took her money, cheated on her, humiliated her, and left her to pick up the pieces. In one message, Michelle allegedly said, "He's abusive, a thief and a liar," and even shared photos showing the damage he caused.
Motherfucker wanna fucking pop me. I'm the shit. You gonna change the code? You gonna change the code on the door? You stay, motherfucker. What are you mad at her for? Ain't no motherfucking code the same. What's the code? Ain't shit. Why the code ain't working? Why the fucking code ain't working?
Todd, look at this. Watch this.
Why the code ain't working?
Watch this. Todd,
Why the code ain't working?
please calm down.
Why the fucking code ain't working? Ain't no code fucking working. She changed the motherfucker. She changed it.
She taught him everything from credit to how to run a business, and he used all of it against her. He was out here selling hair and vendor lists like he built something on his own. Meanwhile, Michelle was dealing with court dates, financial betrayal, and emotional damage. But here's what makes this story even more heartbreaking. Michelle had already been through so much trauma before any of this happened. Approximately 3 years ago, she lost her mother after a long battle with an illness, a loss that completely shattered her. One of her brothers also suffered a stroke, and her father had passed away years earlier, something she reportedly never fully recovered from. So imagine that kind of grief, losing the most important people in your life, and then being in a relationship where you're allegedly abused, financially manipulated, and stripped of your ability to provide for your kids. It's heartbreaking. On July 11th, 2025, everything came to a head at the Salon and Spa Galleria in Arlington, Texas. Todd was getting his hair cut by a popular Arlington stylist who had been cutting his hair for 12 years. According to witnesses, Michelle walked in with a gun and opened fire, striking Todd in the chest area. This is the moment Arlington police officers arrived at the front door, recorded on a cell phone. Just after 10 a.m., police say the 37-year-old woman walked into the South Cooper Street location with a gun and opened fire on the man she had been dating as he got a haircut. Other people in the salon were terrified. One witness said,
"Just all nervous and we were all scared."
Another vendor inside the Galleria had just finished with one of her clients.
I got multiple texts from them saying there was shooting happening, and I saw the cop cars in front of me, and I heard gunshots.
As other Galleria employees arrived, they got the devastating news.
And one of the suite owners 2 doors down actually told me, "Hey, don't go inside, somebody just got shot."
According to reports, when police arrived, Michelle was attempting to leave the building, but when she saw the officers, she made the decision to end it all rather than face the consequences. The aftermath of this tragedy is devastating. Michelle leaves behind 2 children, her infant son with Todd and a 14-year-old boy she absolutely adored. These children are now left to grow up without their mother, and the baby has lost both parents. This wasn't random. According to the friend who spoke out, this was pain, this was betrayal, this was the breaking point of someone who had allegedly been lied to, cheated on, and emotionally destroyed. Michelle wasn't just heartbroken because Todd hurt her, but because she gave him the blueprint to win, and he allegedly used it to destroy her. The case is still under investigation, and many of the details have yet to be confirmed, but it's clear this wasn't just a crime of passion. According to these new allegations, it was the result of years of alleged mistreatment, financial abuse, and deep emotional trauma finally boiling over. Whether you believe Michelle was a victim who reached her breaking point, or whether you think there's no justification for what happened, one thing is certain: this tragedy has left children without parents and families destroyed forever.
Man, it's a domestic situation. I can tell you that much. It's a domestic situation where a dude was getting his haircut. And a woman came in and shot him, and while he in the chair while he getting his haircut.
William's death revealed the hidden dangers that can lurk in any relationship. On the surface, everything looked perfect. A successful businessman, a beautiful family, a thriving company. But underneath, jealousy, obsession, and an inability to let go had been growing into something deadly. Timon's decision to end both their lives rather than accept the end of their relationship showed the devastating power of unchecked emotions. She decided to kill the father of her child without thinking about the little boy who would be left behind. She chose destruction over healing, violence over acceptance. The Salon and Spa Galleria, once a place of routine and relaxation, became the site of an unthinkable tragedy. The other business owners and customers who witnessed this horror would carry these memories forever. William Todd Austin's legacy lives on through the people he helped, the businesses he built, and the lessons he taught about financial empowerment. But his life was cut short by someone who claimed to love him in a moment of rage and jealousy that destroyed two families forever. This story serves as a reminder that love should never turn into obsession, that rejection should never lead to violence, and that there are always other options besides destruction. Nothing should lead to lovers destroying each other like this. Our sincere condolences go out to the friends and families of William Todd Austin, and especially to the little boy who lost both his parents in one tragic day. May William's soul rest in peace. I hope this story helps you recognize warning signs and encourage you to seek help or offer support before it's too late. I'll see you in the next episode of Crime of Passion. Thank you for watching.